Hey everybody, so today I've got myself, I think, what is going to be a pretty fun little project. I'm excited. I'm glad I get to share it with you guys. But we're out on a property that backs up to the water, and the tree itself actually leans out over the water pretty heavy. So here's what we got. It's this silver maple right here we're going to be removing today. Its root base is directly in what used to be the shoreline, is the natural shoreline of this pond here. And the homeowner's been filling the area under the tree in with leaves and yard waste and different debris over the last couple of years. So thankfully our rope will have a chance to land in this area, you know, our climbing rope and that kind of a thing, and won't be dangling directly in the water. But for the most part, the tree itself is leaned out over the water. So we can't be free falling stuff into the water. They don't want debris in the water. This is a no cleanup job. So what we'll do is we're gonna set ourselves a climbing line and a rigging line up in this tree here, and we're gonna swing most of the material back onto dry land here. It's gonna be a little bit tricky sometimes because we can't be damaging the tree that we're rigging from. We don't want stuff swinging into that tree and either bruising the bark or knocking bark off or something like that, or bruising the cambium, excuse me. So I think it'll be a little bit tricky, but I think it's gonna be a fun day. This is actually the second leaning tree I've done for this customer. Did one last year for him. It was a lot smaller, but out over the water, and that was a good bit of fun too. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video as much as I enjoy doing the work. Alrighty guys, so I'm up in our rigging tree here. I've got my block set up, and I want to show you the setup up here. So this is our main rigging point right here, and it's up on this spindly little silver maple limb that's nice and long. And so what we've done is we've backed it up by putting another block here that goes straight down to the porter wrap at the base of the tree. And the reason we've done that is because if we were to just rig off of here and then run the rope all the way down to the porter wrap at the base of the tree, the direction that the force would be applied on would be primarily straight down, and we wanted to peel this limb off of the tree. And because it's long and probably not real strong in that way, I wanted to avoid that. So when our rope makes an angle like this through the pulley, rather than just coming straight up and going around it and going straight down, it changes the direction that the force is applied to the pulley and to the limb that it's on. And so in this case, well, in every case, the force application is directly half of the angle that the rope makes. So in this case, the rope will be actually applying force in a direction that is primarily compressive down the stem, but also slightly up and back. And it probably won't be enough to make it move in that direction, but the main point here is that it's applying force compressively down the stem. And that stem is way stronger, can tolerate way more of that kind of force than just if we were trying to rip the thing off the tree with no backup. So that's something I do rather often, just to make things a little bit stronger, and it definitely helps. I mean, if you ever do it and you have the opportunity to do it with and without a backup block like that, you'll definitely see a lot different movement in a tree with the same loads. It won't move as much, and it will be a lot less closer to failing. So if you ever do that, or ever have the opportunity to do that, it's a great idea. We're well above our tree that we're going to be moving down there today, and so I think we'll be set up pretty good to make things happen pretty quick. Alrighty, we got ourselves a test rig. I got there. Kind of an unnatural situation up here. I'm tied into the tree all the way over there, and I had to walk out this limb. You know, normally you at least get to be tied into the tree that the limb is attached to when you're walking, but not on this one. Give me a little more slack real quick, Mike. Thank you. Yep, should be good to go. That's probably fine. This thing has got a really long waist, so it's probably going to go down pretty far, but it won't end up in the water. At least I really hope not. It drug a little bit in the water, but it ended up on semi-dry land. Oh, it'd be nice if my anchor tree wasn't blowing around in the wind right now. Bad spot for the salt, good rig.
I thought I had salt protected.
That was perfect. I definitely yanked on my anchor point in this tree, which is in a whole different spot than the rigging points are. Gave me a little jerk. I probably ruined the camera shot when I looked away suddenly. Ready? Nice. The only thing I did poorly was when it unloaded, I didn't anticipate things. I had a chainsaw on my face, and I didn't like it. I mean, it didn't directly endanger me, it just was the wrong reaction. It all comes down to I didn't have my weight and my ropes appropriately. I was standing on this little twig here. Instead, I should have been sitting way back like this, cutting in front of me like this, and that way when things jumped up, you know, nothing was getting pitched at me. But I went for the comfy position of standing up like this. All of a sudden, it wasn't a good scenario. So, live and learn. Nice.
Well, I finally got rid of it.
Nice. Well, we hit it, but I don't think we did any more than maybe break a few sprouts off. If you're not familiar with how to work on a leaning spar or how to hold yourself up, this is like the best case scenario. You get your lanyard around here, you have a tying point somewhere against the lean of the spar, so that way you can sit on the side of it, cut all your notches on one side, and make your back cuts on the other side. And it also just sets you up for being real comfy. You know, it puts some pull on your legs, puts some pull on your hips, and you know, you can stand in this position for a pretty long, at least I can stand in this position for a pretty long time. So okay, here it comes. Nice. That could not have been more perfect.
Well, I wasn't moving fast enough, so
Nice.
speed that one out fast.
Yeah. Alrighty, soak this slack up there if you could. I just straight cutting this off without a notch. It does get kind of risky, and you folks at home might want to consider heavily before doing it, because you got to get it cut off enough before it peels down, otherwise your lanyard will get sucked into the peel and you'll get pinned up against a tree, and it's no bueno. It was way faster and easier, but I don't know if it was worth the riskiness and unpredictability. I went with it. No, that's what I'm saying. It didn't want to go like a nice hinge. I think I'll probably put a notch on the rest of them. Not a bad idea to experiment, but it's a bad idea to keep doing bad ideas. Now for this notch, I lowered myself down around to the low side here so I can make it right there without having to struggle. Now we'll push it off.
Can't get it away.
Here we go.
Okay, I didn't have enough raffle now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay. I think it's okay where the stuff's at. You can take this saw now.
Yep.
Perfect. Alrighty, folks. Time to come down. Oop, watch yourself, I forgot. Forgot what tie-in point was. About to say it was a rigging point. Alrighty, just like that, we got it down. It was a pretty quick process actually. It went a little bit faster than I anticipated, which was, you know, that's always a nice thing. Never gonna complain about getting done early. But here's what we got left. There's the stump there, and I was actually pretty proud of this final cut here. It worked out just good. It was just a little bit longer than my bar was, you know, it was wider than my bar was long. So I started on the other side and worked all the way around, and I still ended up with a pretty nice little hinge. So there the log fell, and there she lays. And I don't think the camera quite caught it, but because this is all old swamp ground here, when this thing hit, the whole ground waved, and it was kind of interesting to see. I'm not used to seeing that kind of thing very much. So I went ahead and got my blocks and stuff out of a rigging tree. So it's all cleaned up. I just got to pull my rope out of there, and then we'll be headed out of here. So I think we'll be home early, maybe do some maintenance to the saws or something like that. But thanks for watching. I hope you have had an enjoyable experience. I'm so sorry if the wind noise kind of messed this thing up. It was just plain windy today, but we did the best we could, and hope to see you on the next one.